And this is Rick Hall with the Letcher County Government Channel, and I'm here with a gentleman that I really look forward to talking to. If you would, sir, please introduce yourself and let our viewers know our location.
I'm John Wright, from the Pound originally.
And where are we right now?
In the Pound.
We're in the Pound, Virginia. And whose gravestone is this?
It is John Wesley Wright.
Now, did you really have to look at that?
No.
I didn't think so.
I wanted to make sure.
And what relationship are you to Mr. Wright?
To John Wesley Wright?
Yes, sir.
My grandfather.
He's your grandfather. There's been a big seminar, a 50th reunion for a play that's held in Big Stone Gap, Virginia, Trail of the Lonesome Pine.
Trail of the Lonesome Pine.
A character in that book, which was written by John Fox Jr., was named Devil John Tolliver, and that character was based upon John Wesley Wright. He was known as Bad John or Devil John. And this gentleman right here, I believe, can shed some light upon why Devil John Wright has a legacy, a legend.
He was the law. Whatever. If something needed to happen, he was the man that did.
Talk about your lineage. Who was your mother and father, and which one of
Clarence
them?
Wright.
Clarence Wright, and that was a son of...
And Alta Mullins.
Okay. And where were they from?
The Pound, actually. From Pound, Virginia.
Well, I'll tell you what, I really do appreciate your time today. We have another gentleman here who I promise I want to talk to him. Okay, I'm here with another gentleman, and the reason I wanted to talk to this gentleman is he's kind of the gatekeeper up here. So would you please introduce yourself?
My name's Roger Mullins. I'm from Pound, Virginia. John Wright was my great-grandpa. His daughter, Healthy, was my dad's mom.
Well, it looks so beautiful up here. The grass is cut, everything is immaculate. Who takes care of this area?
I do.
Well, you're doing a fine job, and I'm glad that there's someone that does do that.
The reason I do that is because this cemetery meant really a whole lot to my dad, and he wanted it kept up. He wanted it right to the last blade of grass. And so I helped him for years, and then I moved away from here. And I think he did it practically by himself. And since I've been back, I do it myself. I have a guy that helps me do the weed eating around the fences and stuff like that. But basically, I guess I'm the one that does. But I'm retired, and it don't bother me.
Well, I'm glad you're able to do it now. I know a lot of people who have come up here, and to get to this cemetery, you have to go by your house.
Yes.
And everybody I've ever talked to said that you were the nicest person, that you tried to answer the questions and took them out here. What do you have to say about people wanting to come up here and see the tombstone, the grave of Devil John?
Well, I think it's just a great thing to keep his name and his life. I think it's just great that people know about it and are interested in coming here to see his grave marker and stuff.
Now, this is an opinion question. A lot of people, some will say that he was a bad man, some will say that he was a good man. From what you've heard in your lifetime, what would you say he was?
I think he was more of a law person than he was a bad person. In fact, I think from what I've heard about him, he did have a really good side. But I think what he did, he was a detective and a lot of other things. And what he did for the good of probably Wise County, and Eastern Kentucky too.
One thing that has been said is that when he came into a courtroom, he would lay his pistol down by his side, and that would let the judge and the jury know it's okay if you convict this man. He's not going to be able to take retribution against you. Have you ever heard that?
I've heard that. I don't really know whether that's true or not, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, there was a time period in Whitesburg, Kentucky, back in the late 1800s. They went 2 years without having court because they couldn't convict anybody. You could kill a man and they'd let you off in court because they were scared that they would get killed if they convicted him. So I believe there is some credence to that.
Right.
How many men do you think he killed?
I've heard 34. In the back of my mind, I really can't say that he killed that many people, because I just don't think he was that kind of person that he just wanted to kill people. You know what I mean? And but anyway, maybe he did. I don't know one way or another for sure.
How about, a lot of people have talked about how wealthy that he became. Do you have any knowledge or have heard anything in that regards?
No, I don't.
Okay. Now, he lived in the Pound area, but he also had a home over in the Jenkins area.
I've heard that.
Yes, he did. And I read a newspaper article, it was in a Louisville newspaper, that said he could step out on his back porch. He lived where the Goodwater Falls area is, fire his gun into the air, and the bullet will go over the mountain into Virginia. I can see that happening, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could.
Absolutely. What is in your opinion, is one of the things that you've been told about Devil John by relatives of yours that you'd like to share with our audience? Can you think of any stories that they were first-hand stories from this person?
I think the biggest thing that I really enjoy hearing about is the fact that he was a lawman, and he was a good one. And I think that means a whole lot.
Well, he was involved in a feud with Clabe Jones. Have you ever heard about that?
No, I haven't.
Well, Clabe Jones was from Knott County area, and there was a feud. And there was a guy named Taut Hall, who was a friend of Devil John. He got shot, and he was hurt really bad. So he brought him across the line into Pike County and left him with a lady there named Mary Bentley, who would be my great-great-grandmother. Went and told the other feudists that he was dead. Went and had a grave fixed and bought a tombstone. So they thought he was dead. They didn't even look for him. He healed back up, and he come back and raised a lot of Cain in that feud.
I've never heard nothing about that.
Well, there's a book out about that feud that I think her name is Nancy Wright Bays. Have you ever heard of that lady?
Yeah, I have.
And I was talking to her yesterday, and in her book, what she does is she finds newspaper articles. She gets from the autobiographies. She gets court documents. She does not put her opinion in this book. And it's just like going in the past, and these people talk to you through these different various forms. And that one was talked about quite a bit. He was really a very intelligent, smart man, from what I can tell.
I think he had to be with the things he did.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, we really appreciate your time and appreciate you taking care of this so beautifully and treating the public so nice when they come up here. It's thanks to good people like you that we can enjoy things like this. Thank you so much.